Have you ever wondered why AI can make a human face so real that you would swear it's a photo, but if you ask it to make your garment with a particular print or a design, it falls apart? So why? Why clothing is the one thing that AI keeps getting wrong? I've spent years inside 3D fashion and AI watching exactly where it breaks. So today I will show you what's really going on and why it matters if you're making clothes in India right now. Before we get into garments, you need to see one thing: how humans learn versus how AI learns. They both are almost opposite. So let's start with us. How do you get good at a particular craft? You focus, you repeat, you make mistakes, and then you fix them, right? And slowly that knowledge moves from short-term memory to long-term memory, then you master it. You've felt this. So you sleep on a problem and the next morning your brain has already solved half of the problem. You make hundreds of kurtas and you know that particular garment. You know its seam, you know how the fabric falls. You make it again and again, you make it better, and then you make the changes. That's the real difference between a beginner and a professional. Not the talent, but just knowing something in and out because you remembered it. Now let's talk about AI. It completely works the other way around. It doesn't focus on your garment and it does not remember it. Its intelligence is completely borrowed. It builds from millions of images that real people have made and tagged and uploaded them. All of our work, and that's its fuel. But it never stored your particular dress. Ask it something and it starts from scratch every single time. No memory of what came before. It has read everything and it remembers nothing. It doesn't get better at your garment the way you do. So hold on to this one line. You learn by remembering, AI works by forgetting. That's the reason it keeps losing the exact details that make your garment yours. So let me show you how. Here's the real problem. And it happens before AI draws a single pixel. And that is called compression. A full-size image is very huge, right? It's too heavy to work with. So the first thing AI does is squeeze it down into something small and simple. Think about packing a suitcase. You can't fit everything, right? So you keep what matters and leave the rest. The part that does the packing has a name. That's called autoencoder. One half squeezes your image down. The other half opens it back up into a picture. And every time it packs, it loses a little. Now here's the important bit. What does it throw away first? Your garment holds two kinds of information. One is the big stuff and the other is simple stuff. The shape, the main color and the silhouette. AI holds that information very easily. But when it comes to the fine details, like the weave of the fabric, the tiny prints, the embroidery, stitching, the logo, that is the hard part. And that is the first thing that goes away. It's almost like a model shrugs and says, okay, red floral dress, I'll keep that. But this exact tiny print that is running diagonally, I'll just simplify it. Let me make that easier to picture. Imagine describing a painting to a friend over a phone so that they can paint it again. So you can easily say it's a landscape, it has mountains, a river on the left and the sunset behind, right? That's very easy. But you can never describe the exact brush stroke that has been used. That detail just doesn't survive the phone call, right? So AI compression does the same thing. And here's the problem. A garment's whole identity lives in that fine detail. Two dresses can have the same shape and look completely different because of probably the print. Luxury is something you feel in the texture, right? But a logo might be just a handful of pixels for AI. So during compression, before it has even started drawing, AI quietly deletes the very thing that makes your garment yours. By the time it starts drawing, it's already working from a blurred blueprint. And this is also why editing AI images drives you crazy. You ask it to change one thing and the face changes, and the background changes, and the fabric changes. There are two reasons for this. One, it does not remember your image. Ask 5 artists to draw a same person from the same description. You will get 5 different people. AI is those 5 artists every single time. Words are never precise enough. A woman in a red floral dress, that fits a thousands of dresses. So it invites a new one each time. So it's not that you're bad at prompting. These models are built to create new images, not to remember the old ones. And fixing that is one of the biggest unsolved problems in AI today. So where does AI actually help? Now, is AI useless for fashion? Not at all. I am fully for it. The trick is knowing what to hand over and what to keep human. The human keeps the soul of the design, the trend instinct, the concepts, the taste and the cut. AI and 3D take the slow, repetitive, and expensive parts, spotting trends early from more data than you could ever read, helping you generate ideas and colorways. Here's the one that matters most if you're a small brand, replacing physical samples with digital ones. Think about what that saves. Instead of cutting fabric, sewing a sample, shipping it, waiting, and doing it all over again, you build a garment digitally first. You see the fit, you see the drape, you see the fall before you spend a single rupee on fabric. Remember everything AI throws away, the drape, the weave, and the fabric folds? Physics-based 3D software doesn't guess any of that. It simulates it. It knows cotton falls differently from silk. It keeps the exact same seam, the exact print placement because you build it, not the text prompt. So that's the difference. AI images are for exploring ideas fast. 3D is for getting it right. Use them together. AI to imagine, 3D to make it real, and a human deciding at every step. That's the workflow that actually works. Okay, now think about what we make in India. Zari, hand embroideries, block prints, mirror works, etc. That's fine detail everywhere, which is exactly the information that AI would destroy first. So the brands that win won't be the ones who let AI fake it. They'll be the ones who use AI to move fast and 3D to keep every thread honest. Fashion is going digital. Virtual try-ons, digital twins, producing only after an order comes in, so less goes waste. But the future isn't AI replacing designers, it's the designers who know exactly which tool to use for what. And that's what we do at Tuni. If you're a small brand or a student trying to figure out this, stick around. I'll break this down every week in plain language. See you in the next one.